Good morning, students. Today we are going to start civics chapter political parties. Political parties are one of the most visible institutions in a democracy. For ordinary citizens, democracy is equal to the political parties. If we speak to the less educated citizens, we could come across people who may not know anything about constitution or about the nature of our government, but they would know something about our political parties. At the same time, this visibility doesn't mean popularity. Most people tend to be very critical of political parties. They tend to blame parties for all that is wrong with our democracy and our political life. Question is, do we need political parties? 100 years ago, there were few countries of the world that had any political party. But now there are few that don't have parties. But students, why did political parties become so omnipresent in democracy all over the world? Now let's understand what political party is. It is a group of people who come together to contest elections and hold power in the government. They agree on some policies and programs for the welfare of society. There can be different views on what is good for all. Parties try to convince people why their policies are better than others, and then they might implement these policies when they win in the election by their support. Thus, parties reflect fundamental political division in a society. Parties are about a part of societies and thus involve partisanship. A person who is strongly committed to a party or group is known as partisan, and a tendency to take a side and inability to take a balanced view on an issue is called partisanship. A political party has three components. Number one, leaders. Number two, the active members. And number three, the followers. Now, question is, what does a political party do? Or what are the functions of political parties? Number one, contest elections. Elections are contested among the candidates chosen by political parties. Parties select their candidate in different ways, such as in USA, members and supporters of a party choose its candidate. But in India, top party leaders choose candidates for contesting elections. Next function is policies and programs. The political parties put forward their policies and programs to the voters. Each of us may have different views and opinions on what policies are suitable for the society. In a democracy, a large number of similar opinions have to be grouped together to provide a direction in which policies can be formulated by the government. Next one is making law. Parties play an important role in making laws for the country. Formally, laws are debated and passed in legislature, but most of members belong to a party, so they go by the direction of the party leadership irrespective of their personal opinion. Next function is parties form and run the governments. Parties recruit leaders, train them, and then make them ministers to run the government in the way they want. Parties, those lose in elections, play the role of oppositions to the parties in power by voicing for its failures or wrong policies. Next one is shape public opinion. Parties shape public opinion, they raise and highlight issues. Sometimes parties also launch movements for solving the problems faced by the people and hence shape public opinion. Parties provide people access to government machineries and welfare schemes implemented by the government. For an ordinary citizen, it is easy to approach a local party leader than a government officer. So, they feel close to the parties. In return, parties have to be responsive to people's needs and demands. Otherwise, people can reject those parties in the next elections. From all the functions, we can conclude that we need political parties. But still, here is a question. Why modern democracies cannot exist without political parties? The answer is if there will be no political party, every candidate in the election will be independent. No one will be able to make any promises to the people about any major policy changes. The government may be formed, but its utility will remain uncertain. If there will be no political party, then elected representative will be accountable to their constituency for what they do in locality. But no one will be responsible for how the country would run. We can also think about non-party based elections to the panchayat in many states. Although the parties do not contest formally, it is generally noticed that the village gets split into more than one group, each of which puts up a panel of its candidates. This is a reason we find political parties in almost all countries of the world, whether these countries are small or big, old or new, developed and developing. The rise of political parties is directly linked to the emergence of representative democracies. As societies became large and complex, they also needed some agencies to gather different views on various issues and to present these issues to the government. So, they needed some ways to bring various representatives together. So, a responsible government could be formed. Even they needed a system to support or oppose the government policies or justify them. And this need is fulfilled by political party. So, we can say that political parties are necessary condition for a democracy. That's all for the day. Have a nice day.